Investment advisory and financial planning services are offered through Simplicity Wealth LLC and SEC registered investment advisor. SEC registration does not constitute nor endorse of the firm, nor does it indicate that the advisor has attained a particular level of skill nor ability. Investing involves risk of loss. Insurance, consulting, and education services offered through Diamond Life Planning is a separate and unaffiliated entity from Simplicity Wealth. This information is provided as a general information and is not intended to be specific financial guidance. Before you make any decisions regarding your personal financial situation, you should consult a financial or tax professional to discuss your individual circumstances and objectives.
Welcome to the Rock My Finances show on K4HD Radio and Talk4 TV, where we put the fun in finance. Join Powerhouse Jennifer Joseph, CDFA, CMC, and Private Wealth Advisor, as she collaborates with you to create clarity, control, and confidence with your money, your way. It's not about the zeros, so what is it all about? Let's find out. Now here's your host and weekly friend, Jennifer Joseph.
Welcome back to Rock My Finances. This is our money manifestation series. This is chapter 10, why you sabotage money even when things start going well. Good question, right? Okay, so why does everything seem to fall apart right when your finances start improving and everything's really good? Have you ever noticed that maybe you're saving more, you're earning more, you're feeling in more control, and then all of a sudden something happens. You overspend. Maybe you start avoiding something, you stop looking at your bills, you stop keeping control of your money, or you just make a decision that you know you should not be making. Like, dang it, I wish I wouldn't have done that. Shoulda, woulda, couldas, right? Then suddenly you're right back where you started again. Well, I have to tell you, this is not bad luck. This is not just chance. This is not what the stock market does. This is not out of anyone else's control. This is a pattern. I see this all the time. A woman will start gaining momentum. She's finally tracking her money. She's looking at it. She's loving it, enjoying it, even spending it. She's feeling really confident. Things are in the flow. She's feeling really, really good. And then out of nowhere, she says, I don't know what happened. I just fell off. But here's the truth. She didn't just fall off, basically. She just returned to what feels familiar. So the truth here is your nervous system will always choose what's familiar over what is better for you. Or in another way, it's familiar, anything that feels familiar versus trying something new. So when something feels predictable, known, safe, it feels familiar, right? Even when it's stressful or chaotic, or you feel like there's drama there, or it's inconsistency, or you're just getting by. If that's familiar, that's what your brain is going to try to find. Your subconscious is going to try to find that. Have you ever said that, you've dated a lot of same people? They look different on the outside, but basically you end up feeling the same way in the relationship. And it's because our body, our brain, our chemistry, our nervous system, everything wants to just feel familiar because that's what our whole body and system is used to. So our system doesn't care if it's good for us. Our system doesn't care if it's drama producing or lymphatic system charging or anything, right? It just wants to know if it's familiar. So we all have an internal set point. We have a level of success that we're used to, a level of money that we're used to. I call that energy, right? We have we're used to a certain amount of energy or money in our bank accounts. We're used to a certain amount of ease in our life. Might be totally chaotic, but we're used to it. So our system is used to that. And when we change that, something says, wait, hang on, this isn't normal. So what happens? We create a problem, or we make a reactive decision about something, or we pull ourselves back down into have you ever felt like a judgy Judy? So you start judging everyone else, which means you're truly judging yourself. We start to get angry. We start to get snappy. Like whatever it might be, when we start to feel out of consistency, we start attracting things that might not be so good for us. So we don't rise to our goals. We actually fall back to our comfort zone. That's what our body is trying to have us do at all times. We have an internal set point and it always wants to get back to that. I don't know if y'all are familiar with law of attraction or Abraham Hicks, which I love. So Abraham would call this your vibrational set point. So if we are all energy, we are all vibrating at a certain pace, right? So we have I call it a temperature. We all have a certain temperature that we're used to living our lives at. And so when our level of money or ease or receiving money match that, we do it year after year after year, we get used to that. So it's not just what we want or what we think we deserve, but it's what our body is used to feeling. So we have to break that. If we've practiced a certain level of money, success, and stress and ease, that's become familiar. That's what our body wants to shift back into. So when more money comes in, things start to feel easier. Our system doesn't want to just celebrate. It wants to get back to familiarity. So it'll go shopping. It like it's a whole separate system running us, right? It could be our little girl, like whatever we're not used to, we could start going shopping, or we twist our ankle and create medical bills, or we'll say yes to this big trip to Italy, or, so many different things. We just don't know how to hang on to it. So like Abraham would say, you're now experiencing the gap between how you feel, what your body's used to, and more money coming in, which is what you've always dreamed of, what you've been manifesting, which is what you want to step into. But there's a gap there from what we desire and what we're living and what we're used to. So our vibration, our temperature is at a certain level and it's used to that. So we have to raise our vibration for this new money that has come in, or this new income, or this new whatever it is. We have to raise our temperature, raise our vibration to make that the normal. Does that make sense? So even though we want more money and we've attracted more money, which is great, we may not be fully allowing it yet. We haven't stepped into that norm, which I totally did this. I've done this so many times. So I will make my income is fluctuating each year. And so I'll make a great amount of income one year, and the next year back down to where I started again. It's like, what is that? So it's the stepping into that person that's making that lot of money, making that amount of money. So I have to raise my temperature, rise to that challenge of who am I going to be now making this type of income? Because for me, it does equate subconsciously to worth or value or success and all that stuff, right? So law of attraction responds to your dominant vibration, not your goals, but what you are vibrating at, where our temperature is set at. So we unconsciously move back to what feels normal. So creating the problem, making a rushed emotional decision. I'm going to sneeze. I'm trying not to. Okay, we could be overthinking something over and over and over again. We could be spending too much. Have you ever had that retail therapy thought? Or a trip to Home Goods and fill your car with something? Or a lot of things, right? We could be pulling back and not going places, not doing things, questioning everything. Not because we're doing it if there's anything wrong with doing that. It's just that we're doing it because we're trying to stay at our old system. My cat's trying to jump on my lap. No, Luna, no. So our body wants to stay where it's used to staying. So we don't rise to the goals, but we return to our practiced vibration or the temperature that we're used to, which equates to the income that we're used to be making, the spending that we used to spend, that we're used to spending, the drama, the chaos, all of that we're used to doing. It takes work on our part to shift these things. We want to shift these into the new person that we want to step into becoming. More money, more success, more joy, more love, more everything, right? I got to get my cat because she's going to knock down my microphone. She's going to knock down everything. Okay, here she is. This is Luna, if you guys are on video. Okay, so we want to reframe this, right? We want to be okay with this new person that we're becoming. We want to up our fixed point, and we want to be practicing emotionally stepping into that. So if in the past you've practiced worry and that feels normal to you, or pressure and that feels normal to you, or scarcity mode and that feels normal to you, then the new things are going to feel foreign, like ease or flow or abundance. That's going to feel unstable and suspicious. It's going to feel very uneasy when things calm down. I was just talking to a friend of mine who's dating, and I was saying, okay, back in the day, I was raised in an alcoholic home, dysfunctional home. So, we had never knew what was going to happen each day. And so when you get used to living that way, you look for that type of a lifestyle. So, chicken or the egg, what comes first? And so then when you have a nice, normal, quiet, normal relationship or job or daily life, you almost like are looking around like, what's wrong? Or where's the other shoe going to drop? Or, what's going to happen here? Because your body is not used to that. So we have to be aware of that so that we can do the work around it so that we can be used to it. Because I want you all in joy. I want you all in ease. I want you all in flow. And once we get used to that, it's amazing. I can tell you, I make the best decisions from my flow state. Like it just happens. It just feels so good. It feels amazing. And this is where your coaches come in, y'all. We need coaches to help us make this the norm, make this our vibrational temperature, make this our nice ease flow state normal and feel regular, so that we are not worried about more money. We're worried about allowing it. It's about expanding our ability to receive it, not necessarily to make it, because it's already there. It's just there waiting for us. But we have to step into that badass person that we know we want to be. We have to be that person now, no matter where your zeros are in your bank account. We have to feel it before it comes. I hope that makes sense. So we want to raise our set point, raise our temperature, raise our allowing. And what does this look like? Okay. Letting things be easier without questioning it. So if you've ever caught yourself being judgy Judy, stop it. Stop judging other people. Stop judging other things. Like knock that out. Like let it just flow. Give everyone the benefit of the doubt. Like they're doing that for a reason. That's happening for a reason. We might have traffic because our angels are helping us not get into an accident. We don't have to know why it is. We just want to be able to be in more flow with life. Have you ever been around that person that's just complaining all the time? Negative Nelly, right? Just constantly complaining and judging other people. And it's just always negative. Let's try to be that positive person. Let's be positive Patricia, positive Polly, right? We want to switch that around and just be on the loving side of things and not the fear side of things. So you're not trying to get more. You're trying to learn how to feel normal having more. Ooh, that's good, right? Let's say that again. We're not trying to get more, attract more. We're trying to feel normal just by having it. So we want to step into that normal part of us. I hope that makes sense. So more money isn't the stretch. It's feeling comfortable with more money. That's the stretch. So again, F word, y'all, my favorite word. We got to feel it to receive it. So when our life expands fast, our nervous system just can't allow it sometimes. So we have to step back. We have to slow down and let our nervous system catch up. We have to do our self-talk, do our mantras, do our journaling, step into this badass person that's becoming more wealthy and allowing all this abundance in. This deepens our concept of having the more money, and it bridges our nervous system with our manifestation. So we have to step into this new normal of this badass income, of this more money, this great savings account. You can double your money in your investment account. That's great. You got to step into that person worthy of that money now. So how does this show up? It's not always obvious. Spending after progress. Let's say we've got a wonderful, nice safety savings amount in our account, and we're really happy with it. And then all of a sudden, we take a bunch of people out to dinner, or pick up the check somewhere, pick up the tab somewhere, or go buy a concert series instead of one concert, buying the entire series for the summer, or like a play series, spending, $1,500 or $2,000 versus, $150 on one play. It could show up as avoiding looking at all your accounts, not even looking at your money and just spending it or not spending it at all, not going anywhere, not doing anything. It could be second guessing every little decision, right? Pulling back when things are really working. Like, oh, I don't know what to do next, so I'm going to do nothing. And not even reaching out to a coach or an advisor or your tax person, just not doing anything. Saying this feels too good to last, or this is too good to be true, or I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop, or I feel like I'm walking on eggshells around my money. Any of that. You're not really sabotaging your money. You're just regulating your comfort to the money that's already there. So we don't want to regulate our comfort down. We want to increase our comfort moving up. So we want to spend more time in our subconscious spending money, having that money, enjoying that money, seeing all the zeros, seeing all that on our spreadsheet. We want to step into that person that's got it all. So ask yourself, do things tend to fall apart when they start going well? Or do you start to feel uncomfortable when things are at ease? Ooh, this could be a relationship around anybody, right? A love relationship, a spouse, your money, jobs at work, whatever. So let's go deeper. Let's go deeper. Because this pattern doesn't always start with money, it could be learned from any other reason, right? Stability wasn't constant growing up. Feeling stress is normal. Calm might have felt unfamiliar. And you had to stay on edge because that's what you were used to. And now when things feel easy, stable, or flowing, your system's going, whoop, bump, bump, bump. What else is going to drop? This feels off. It's way too easy. What's going on? Have you ever been in a relationship and go, okay, everything's right? I mean, I don't know if you've ever watched Sex and the City, but that totally happens when Sarah Jessica Carey is dating Aiden, because it's just too easy. Like, he's just too simple, and she just keeps looking for something to go wrong. So what I had a client say to me actually is, everything is finally good. And I picked a fight with my finances, not because anything was wrong, but because everything felt too right. So she kept waiting for the other shoe to drop. And where's something hiding? So this is where everything is about to change. This is very empowering. So because once you see this pattern, this is where we stop reacting to it. Like, this is where we can see it and change it. Are you ready? So number one, notice the moment. When things start going really, really well, and then you start feeling discomfort around it, or doubt or urgency, notice that. Number two, do not react immediately. Stop, take a pause. You do not need to fix anything right now. Just sit for a minute. Number three, name it. What does it feel like? Just unsafe? Normally it's unsafe. Unfamiliar? I'm not worthy. Whatever it is, name that feeling. Instead of name that tune, remember that show? Name that tune in 2 notes or 4 notes. Not that one, but I want you to name that F. Name that feeling. It could just be, this is too good to be true, right? It just could, I don't deserve this. Whatever. I'm not worthy of wealth. I had a belief back in my subconscious that I never knew was there until my coach, Mayvu, actually helped me find it. And I felt that since I could not protect my children, I lost 2 children when I was 29 years old. They passed away. And I could not protect them, that I was not worthy of wealth. I did not know that that was there. And so I kept sabotaging everything. And once I saw that, I literally cleared it in 3 days. Like, it was clearly, it doesn't need to be years and years and years on the couch, even though I did do that as well. But I cleared that because I was like, oh, wait, I did not pull that trigger. I am worthy of wealth. I am worthy of joy. I am worthy of love and happiness. And it's okay. I was a 29-year-old young woman raised in a dysfunctional household, making decisions that she could do at that time. Sometimes we have to go back and heal that little girl, or that teenager that was bullied or betrayed in high school, or that whatever age we were when we might have made mistakes. We need to go grab her, hug her, give her a love and say, you're okay. You did the best you could, and you were who you were at the time, and I've got you. You are safe now. And we got to love up that person, that age of who we were, right? So we want to, step number 4, stay in it. This is where the work is, where we notice this feeling. We want it to be calm and stable and easy. Even if it feels weird, we want to stay in this space as much as possible. Stability is built by staying in the uncomfortable, not reacting to it. So we have to stay in the uncomfortable so that it can become comfortable. We want to anchor that in, okay? So this is an identity shift. We want to feel more comfortable with what's not feeling comfortable. This is not about discipline. This is about feeling good with this new identity, because the version of you who is holding on to money keeps this momentum going, builds this consistency. It's going to be amazing. We're manifesting so much more that's going to be coming into us the more we can feel comfortable with this level, with this vibration, with this temperature. Whatever it's going on, we want to feel really comfortable with this part of it so that it can keep going. We don't want to react the same way as we always used to. Okay? So what would the version of me who feels secure do right now? And then pause. Stay in that feeling. So what would the version of me who feels really secure do right now? Like I can feel her right now stepping into, I made a good amount of money a couple years ago. It felt so good. It felt, debt was paid. Financial freedom was here. It was all good. Bought my house, fixed up my house, bought flooring, bought the backyard, bought all my trees, all that was wonderful. And how did I feel? Okay, that felt really, really good. That felt free. That felt clear. I had clarity. I had plans what to do with the money. I had control. I could control where it was, what I was going to spend and who I was going to spend and how I was going to spend it. It felt wonderful. I was busy doing that, but I was busy on my terms because the money wasn't going anywhere. It was there until I could figure it all out. So our reframe is you're not losing progress, but we're interrupting that pattern. The more often we can see that pattern rise, the more often we can interrupt it and say, wait a minute, I do feel calm in this. This is who I am. I can do this. I hope that makes sense. So we're not broken. We didn't make all these huge, gigantic mistakes and constantly making mistakes over and over and over again. No, we literally are changing this pattern. And we're not pushing harder and doing more. We're just noticing, pausing, staying in the uncomfortable so that we can make it more comfortable. Your ability to stay in the good is what creates lasting wealth. Your ability to stay in the good is what creates lasting wealth. Clarity, control, and confidence, your 3 C's, that creates your diamond life. I hope this all made sense for you. And I hope you can live in that manifestation that we're receiving. And don't worry if it comes and goes for a while. The more often we do it, the faster it's going to come, the longer it's going to stay, the more familiar it's going to be. It's going to feel so much more familiar. So don't even worry about that roller coaster. Don't even worry about that at all. The more podcasts you listen to, the more coaches you hire, the more work you do, staying in that feeling to make it more comfortable, the better you're going to be able to say, hey, I rock my finances.
We appreciate you joining us today, and don't forget to subscribe to the Rock My Finances YouTube channel for more engagement and bonus content. Tell me, what is your money story? Let's find out with Jennifer right here on K4HD Radio and Talk4 TV. It's not about the zero, it's about the F word, feelings. Feelings Jennifer can't wait to explore with you next week. Until then, let's all say, I rock my finances.